Hello, my name is Amy Rolfus, and I'm the Executive Director at the Family Learning Institute in Ann Arbor. Welcome to our kitchen table classroom, where we'll share some good ideas on how to help your kids learn right at home. For the past 14 years, Family Learning Institute has been providing one-on-one reading and math tutoring to elementary students living in low-income households. Using methods that have been developed by experienced teachers, we have helped over 1,000 kids boost their grades and find success in the classroom. We know our approach works, but we also know that when parents build on this in the home, it works even better. So join us today, where we'll share some great ideas and some fun and easy ways for you to spend quality time with your kids and help them find success in learning.
Hello, I'm Joellen Mogelgard, and I'd like to talk with you today about a subject I'm very passionate about, which has to do with preschool readiness. What I mean by that is, what can you as a parent or guardian do to help your young child be school ready? You know this the best. You are the child's first teacher. You are the most important teacher. You've been their teacher in the past, you're their teacher now, and you will be their teacher in the future. So what I really want to talk about is what you can do. I want to give you some suggestions to go along with the ones I'm sure you have of your own. I feel very passionate about this because children, when they come to that first day of kindergarten, begin to measure themselves from day one. And it's important that they feel confident and ready for what's ahead of them. There are many things that parents can do to help kids be ready. The thing you hear most often said is, read to your child. The reason that is so often said is because that is true. That is the best thing you can do for your child. The research really shows there is a direct link between understanding language and reading success. You do this by reading to your child. You do this by telling family stories. I think it's especially nice if you're from a culture that your child isn't familiar with, to tell those wonderful family stories. All of these things are important. But as important is that you ask questions as you read to them.
Some are red and some are blue. Some are old and some are new. Some are sad and some are glad. Glad. Do you know what the word glad means?
Happy?
You're right. When was the last time you felt glad? Tell me about a time when you felt glad.
Getting toys.
When you got some toys. Okay, that would make me feel really glad too if I had some toys.
Making friends.
And making friends also makes me feel glad too. Ooh. And this is like a big second grade word. So I'm surprised you know it and you're only 4. It's pretty cool.
Building vocabulary by asking what a word means is really vital to school success. We can't take it for granted that children understand all of the words that they hear. This is even true when you're watching television. Do you know what that word means? And talk about it. One of the things you can do that I think is really important when your child comes home from school is to ask about school. If your home was like mine, it went typically like this. How was school today? Fine, and that would be the end of the conversation. So it's important for parents to think about ways in which to ask a question where you're going to get more language from your student. They're called open-ended questions. It might be something like, tell me what was the best thing that happened today in school. Or tell me what you're studying in math. Or tell me who you played with on the playground. Or even yet, tell me about your school day. I'd like to know what you did first, then next, then next, then next.
Tell me, what was the first thing you did today at school?
Play the name game.
The name game? What's the name game all about?
When everybody passes around the beanbag and says their name.
Ooh, that's fun. So you get a chance. Everybody in the class is saying their name? Okay, what happened next? What happened after the beanbag game?
We talked about what the rest of the day would look like.
Oh, cool. So then you started talking about what you're going to do for the whole day? That's exciting. And what was the last thing that happened today at school?
We brought toys to school and tell people about them.
Really? So which toy did you bring today?
One of my Power Ranger wallets.
Ooh, Power Ranger wallet. Did the other kids like that? Ooh, fun.
That retelling in an orderly fashion that we call sequencing is really very, very important. Kids need to be able to think and speak sequentially. So you're helping prepare them for this by talking with them and encouraging them to talk with you. I like to think about things you can do just for a minute or two while driving in the car, doing the dishes, making the bed, or taking a walk. I think it's important with preschoolers to think about rhyming words. So maybe while driving in the car, you could say, Max, can you give me 2 words that rhyme with day? Even though that seems to you maybe to be very, very simple, it's a very important thing for kids to focus on because it's listening to sounds and seeing how they make words.
I want you to listen carefully because these sounds are really important. We got a game. It's almost time for bed. Listen to this word. Pan. Can you say it?
Pan.
Like what I made the fish in tonight with a pan. What's a word you know that sounds the same as pan? Pan and what's another one?
Man.
Man. Ooh, you're good. What's another one? Pan and man.
Sam.
Ooh, you said Sam. It almost sounds like pan. But what's another one that sounds like pan at the end?
Ma'am.
Ma'am. That's a good one. But that one, I'm hearing am at the end.
You may sing the alphabet song together, stopping somewhere in the middle and saying, what's next?
I want you to listen carefully. I'm going to sing the ABCs, and then I'm going to stop. You got to tell me the missing letter. If I say A, B, C.
D.
Good job. A, B, C, D. Got to make this harder. What about Q, R, S, T?
U.
You really know your alphabet? Hold on a minute. Harder. I need a harder one. L, M, N, O.
P.
Give me a high five. What? When did you learn all those letters?
In preschool.
In preschool? Woo!
You can hide letters around the room if they're still learning the letters of the alphabet and ask them to bring them to you and then put them in the order they are in the alphabet. My favorite activity, and one I hope you'll spend quite a bit of time on before your young child goes to school, goes something like this. It's really a language activity meant to help children focus on words and the sounds in words. This is the way you play this. You start with compound words, and compound words are words that are 2 words put together, like doghouse, butterfly, peanut butter. Okay? There are a lot of compound words that you can do this with. So you might say to your child, and I'm going to ask you now if you would say it back, say peanut butter. Say it again, but this time don't say butter. Say peanut butter. Say it again, but this time don't say peanut. So you do this with compound words. It really requires that the child be focused on the words they're hearing.
Say playground.
Playground.
Say it again.
Playground.
Say it again, but this time don't say play.
Ground.
Say it again, but this time don't say ground.
Play.
Oh, you had to think about that one, but you worked it out. Say cupcake.
Cupcake.
Say it again, but this time don't say cup.
Cake.
Say it again, but this time don't say cake.
Cup.
Okay, I need a harder one. Say the word baseball.
Baseball.
Say it again, but this time don't say ball.
Base.
Say it again, but this time don't say base.
Ball.
Tommy, you are really good at these compound words. Wow, I'm so proud of you. You're working so hard. Give me a hug. You're doing such a good job in your school. Good job, Tommy. Proud of you.
Once they can do that with ease, you then move to letters and the sounds that they make. It's the same pattern, but using whole words and leaving off letters. It might look something like this. Say stop. Say it again, but this time don't say s. Say stop. Say it again, but this time don't say t. Say stop. Say it again, but this time don't say p. I'm sure you can see how that really encourages the child to think about the words, the sequence of the sounds in the words, and to be able to identify them by just listening. I would like to encourage you also to go to the library. Check with your local library to see if they have a story hour for preschoolers. Let your child pick out books. Read and read and read. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Bye.